If you have a story to tell, then Radio 1584 is your platform. Contact us on 012 374 1584. That is 012 374 1584. Radio 1584, window to your world.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be upon you all, including those reaching to us through various platforms. You are tuned to Radio 1584, your community radio station, Madina media platforms, including Smart Bilal and a Radio SA platform. Now, we have heard the Independent, the DA, ANC, EFF, Action SA. Now, last but not at least, National Freedom Party. And in the studio, know your councillor to be Mr. Well, I'll call you informally, right, Kauthar.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you? You look so smart.
I'm excellent. I'm doing very well.
Yeah.
And no, it's a pleasure and it's really an honor to be here with you guys in the studio with Radio 1584 and to be addressing the community. I think this is very important that we have meetings and interviews like this.
But you look expensive before you even become a councillor.
I think rather than saying expense of the presentation is just as important as 100%. The delivery of 100%. Service.
Now, what motivates you? You want to be the next councillor of Ward 61.
Mm-hmm.
Give us, why did you get involved? From Saudi Arabia, we get a call that, hey, I'm coming, guys. I'm coming to be the councillor of Ward 61. From teaching, then you suddenly into politics. Give us a journey through all this.
So let me give you a quick journey, Mr. Yusuf. I think service to the people. I'm not going to talk politics, but service to the people has always been my passion.
Right.
Okay. Ever since school days, I've been in, class president, volunteering programs. I've been working in service for a very long time. I've always been volunteering, working with needy students, giving them additional lessons, feeding scheme programs, welfare programs, clothing, old age homes, orphanages. And, having looked at our community and the services, once again, that the people are getting is not reaching the potential and the needs of the community. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to sit back and one day tell my kids I left my community to get worse. I want to make a difference in every platform. The political platform is one area where I can make a difference, where I can bring awareness and change. So that is what really motivates me to determine and to build a better and greater future for our community that we're living in now.
You've lived in Saudi Arabia for quite some time. I know you don't like referring to that, but why I'm mentioning Saudi Arabia, one of the criteria for you to be a leader, they look at what have you done for the community out of your own resources, out of your own time, out of your own energy, right? Using that yardstick of Saudi Arabia, you yourself, what is it that you have done? 3 projects that are tangible, that we can say, this is Mr. Kauthar.
Okay, so that's a very good question, and you bringing up Saudi Arabia. I've been there for about 1.5 years, and before that, I was an educator and a project manager here in my very community. I grew up here. This is my home, essentially. And I think one of the main things that motivated me to go abroad, not particularly the country Saudi Arabia, but to go abroad, was to gain more knowledge, more skills that I can bring back here home. And really that experience has built me as an individual, exceptional learning experience. Now, you mentioned something. What 3 projects have I done in my career within the community to benefit the community? So I think the first and most important thing, from the time I have left school, I've been instrumental and in the forefront of developing 2 youth groups. right? The one is the UMYA Youth Group Initiative, and the other is the Horizon Youth Group Initiative. And what we essentially did within the many projects, number one was we called it a Friday night literacy program. And from 2013 up until 2019, before I left for Saudi Arabia, every Friday night we used to hire an indoor soccer court, get the youth, schoolgoers off the streets, get them a positive alternative. Where I, as an educator, some colleagues, some volunteers as well, we'd have a literacy program, whether it be a religious lesson from the Quran, a story with a moral. We'd have questions. After that, we'd allow kids having recreational activities, whether it be soccer or chess, things like that. And this would be a program that we ran every Friday night. And after COVID, I intend to continue with that program. So that was my own initiative. Over and above that, what we've done, we've formed links. And I'm not going to mention specific organizations because I'm a political entity at this point. But we form links with various groups. I mentioned to you in the beginning, we have an orphanage, we have an old age home, and we used to get young professionals that would visit these old age homes, we'd spend time with them, we'd talk to these people. And what we found, what research actually tells us, is that people in old age homes don't generally die of an illness specifically, they die of loneliness. Boredom. And we went there, we used to play games with them, and we used to get them treats and try and assist where we could in terms of company, moral support, emotional support, just to give them a hearing. So that was a very instrumental program. And the third program, which I'm going to bring very importantly, is an orphanage that we used to go and visit, assist them with clothing, food, things like that. But over and above that, we've been working with feeding schemes throughout my career and providing literacy programs to needy students who needed assistance with certain lessons, certain subjects. So those are the projects that I've been involved in outside of the political arena, right? Aside from other voluntary work that I've completed within my career, this is, I think, one of the most notable areas in terms of service and giving back to the community.
Now, this next question is somehow interlinked to, or rather linked to the first. Currently, what are you involved in, project-wise, that are of great benefit towards 61?
Okay, so currently what we are involved with, number one, first and foremost, I am one that believes that we as human beings are lifelong learners. We always need to learn, gain knowledge, experience, and skills in any way that we can. So currently what I've been doing now is I've been doing a educational course to provide adult literacy programs to the community. I've been working with a local organization here in Lodium, and once my qualifications come through and I get registered with the relevant CETAs, we are going to work on adult literacy programs, adult training programs within the community. So that's one area. Now, COVID has stifled us in our efforts, but what we are doing currently is we're trying to revive the youth groups, because a lot of it was social, connecting, those kind of things. So COVID has interfered with that. But as soon as we can, we're going to pick up the youth group and youth development programs. From there, I've been doing as well within the local masjids. I've been doing programs, moral literacy, Quranic literacy programs to character build, because I feel that values, morals, and character building within our community and within our youth especially is seriously lacking. So wherever I can, this is all voluntary work where I'm trying to assist with the knowledge and the skills that I have.
Okay, now the next question is, what qualifications do you have? Now again, you see, these questions are specifically designed to get the best out of you, given your background. Now, besides your experience, what qualifications do you have, whether academic or otherwise, do you have to run the projects that you are intending to establish in Ward 61?
Okay, so that's an excellent question. And as a candidate contesting here in Ward 61, I believe that I'm far well equipped, qualified, and competent
I
to
thought you
take
were going
on
to
the
say I'm
task.
overqualified.
I don't believe there's anyone that's overqualified for any task.
Okay.
But what I will tell you is that I'm a qualified project manager. I'm a qualified educator. Now, if I just stop there, those two things, that allows me, people will understand that, number one, I know how to deal with people. I know how to work with people. I know how to deliver to the people. I know how to manage people. I understand what's turnaround time, what's delivery time, setting milestones, goals, objectives, working from the bottom upwards. Over and above that, I am I've got certificates for power speaking and motivational speaking as well, right? So delivery and the way and the etiquette to deliver important messages and the way to deliver these messages to people, I'm exceptionally qualified in terms of how, when, and of course to put people's minds at ease and not create panic. So I'm qualified in that degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a adult qualification, it's called adult literacy program that I've done as well. I'm qualified in that, so I'm able to educate, to teach adults, specifically English, so literacy courses, so I understand how to speak and communicate with people who have language barriers. You know, there are a lot of people in our community that have language barriers, and people that understand things or speak from a different context. So I'm able to relate to them, try to pick up from their understanding, because the way we speak sometimes we may mean something different compared to the words that's coming out of our mouth, right? And now I've just mentioned to you, I'm busy with a qualification facilitating, assessor, and moderating course that will be done through SIQA, that will be registered through the CETA programs, which will then allow me to teach and to facilitate and to develop various courses and programs for members within the community in various fields and aspects. So in terms of managing projects and seeing things done in a unique and creative way, right, in a cost-effective way, I am well equipped and, let's say, well armed for this task.
I sense a lot of confidence in you. You're talking as if you're already a councillor. But anyway, let's see how you fare on the 1st of November. If they say, Kauthar, you are the man, what are your plans for the next 5 years? If they say, you are the councillor of Ward 61.
Okay, Mr. Yusuf, I think if I'm elected councillor, okay, and I think it's important to note whether I am or not, I'm willing to work with whoever is in power and offer to whichever degree my skills to whoever takes office. But if I am elected as councillor, first and foremost, it is important, number one, our community is seriously demotivated. So my area is to mobilize and to motivate the community, to show them that there's light at the end of the tunnel and we can turn our community around. Now you can ask me, how will I achieve and accomplish this? Number one, which is seriously lacking, we need to bring the community together, regular meetings, perhaps on a quarterly basis. My team shall, my staff will draft agenda, areas that need to be fixed. We'll gain information by building apps where people can submit their complaints, areas of needs. They can submit concerns, suggestions, things like that. And then we will draft an agenda to save time, bring the community, invite the community, chair a meeting with the community, get their input, and then communicate with them our steps and measures, because I think the people of Lodium, Claudius, Erasmus, and Terling, they are not aware of the steps that are there, milestones that we need to put in place to reach our overall objective. I'll give you an example. Let's take the reservoir, all right? Whether it's rainwater, whether it is the city, we have an issue, right? The councillor cannot promise to sort that issue out because he does not have the power to fix the pipes. He does not have the power to increase the water capacity. But what the councillor can do, and things like this have been done, right? We can increase the water capacity by, firstly, contacting local businesses, get them involved, right? And they want to get involved. We have so much of infrastructure. I am qualified and experienced to host fundraising events. And we've seen this happen. Our community has very successfully sent large sums of money and food outside of our community to Syria, Palestine. Excellent, that must carry on. We can do that here. We can get tanks, we can increase the capacity of our reservoirs, so when we run dry, we can turn on the reserves, and this has been done in many other communities in terms of the water crisis in particular. So I just wanted to use that as an example.
Right. Anyway, we're seriously running out of time. You got only 2 minutes to round up. Now this is, as I've told the other guys, that this is call it a killer question. Your prediction for the 1st of November. Outcome prediction.
Outcome in terms of the next, who will take the cake.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Our vision as a community, I'm not speaking from a political perspective. You know, it's crime, it's service delivery, it's communication, and it's development. And that's on the forefront of our agenda. Things like our infrastructure, cemeteries, halls, parks, roads, water. We have solutions. We've got plans that are in place with what we have. And I think in each parties where we're all trying to move to a similar goal, similar outcome. But we got to look at, number one, change, and who can deliver, who's most experienced. And that's the important thing of sitting down here as an interview, sort of that the community is having with the candidate. Let's call it a job interview, for argument's sake. So my prediction, I think previously I could have, it would have been easy, but now we've got so many parties contesting. I believe there's up to 23, 24 parties that are contesting. And we don't want to put the community in a difficult spot where our votes are divided and things like that. So we also got to think wisely when we cast our vote, and that's my advice to our community. But Mr. Yusuf, I feel that predicting it is going to be a very difficult prediction. The community is tired of voting emotionally and traditionally. They want change, and I think we will be surprised in this upcoming election. And I don't think any party, I'll have to listen to the interviews, but I don't think any party can for sure say, we're going to take the cake. But with all my heart...
Surprisingly, all you guys, what you did is you're very skeptical of the outcome. All of you. Skeptical of the outcome. That
I don't think it's skeptical. I think the market, if you look at a business perspective, the market is so volatile.
Yeah,
it's so volatile that it's exceptionally. I mean, we cannot even rely on the current polls that's coming up because not everyone has access to social media.
Yeah, they can run their
own.
So
any politician that comes in at this point cannot make a guaranteed decision to say who's going to come out and win. What I can say, whoever is the winner, I am open to accepting any help, and I'm open to providing any help, because at the end of the day, we should not lose sight that the community must come first and the needs of the community come first. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
That is our National Freedom Party Councillor to be. That is Mr. Kauthar Muhammad Razak.
Muhammad Kauthar Razak. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. It's been such a pleasure being with you and the community this afternoon. And I hope that we make a wise choice and a wise vote, and we get up and we go and cast our vote, make the difference, because really you have the power. The community has the power.
Right, that is a very confident, I must say, confident councillor to be. Now, as you always say, the ball is in your court. We have heard all of them, and I hope you are going to make an informed decision. And I'd like to thank each and every one of the candidates that have availed themselves. I was actually very surprised on one thing: all punctual, unlike a politician. Everybody was very punctual, 15 minutes before time. Excellent. I think that's a very good impression that has been created by all the councillors to be. And inshallah, as I've said, the ball is in your court. And from my side, Yusuf Mustafa will repeat this program so that you'll have a feel exactly of who to vote for. And we are going to be engaging you again also just before the 1st of November, inshallah, as a countdown to the big day. Thank you very much.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was NFP leadership, and inshallah we are going to be calling it quits now. It's exactly 7 minutes to 1 o'clock. We are seriously behind time. The show was supposed to end at 12:30, but alhamdulillah, I hope you had all the information that you wanted to hear. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Radio 1584, your community radio station.